Hey guys, Chris from Rekkid Talk here. This will be a contrast entry for Robert's on my turntable. He wants you to talk about some drummers. So I'm going to kind of hit some drummers that I like. We'll get a pretty wide variety of genres here today. Let's start in jazz, some bebop, some Art Blakey, and the Jazz Messengers. It's a blue note, yeah. So Art Blakey, kind of the quintessential bebop drummer, hard bop. You've got very primal force, even though it's doesn't sound overly complicated, but we like the Art Blakey. So we'll get the next one. Alright, next we're going to talk about some Bernard Purdy, Pretty Purdy. This guy's just been all over the place. R&B, soul, funk, rock, working with all kinds of people. So I've got the King Curtis Live at Fillmore West album, recorded shortly before King Curtis's untimely passing. We got Pretty Purdy drumming here. Of course, he was drumming for the Aretha Franklin Band as well. He's working with Quincy Jones. He's working with Isaac Hayes, Larry Coryell, Hall & Oates, Miles Davis, Gil Scott-Heron, Steely Dan, and that I'm on the Wikipedia page. I mean, that's just really scratching the surface. So, Bernard Pretty Purdy. Next, we're going to talk about the drumming for the Almond Brothers band. Of course, the Almond Brothers had the dual drummers. They had Jai Johanny Johansson, J-Mo, and they had Butch Trucks. And if we flip over the back there they are, J-Mo and Butch Trucks. And of course, I find the Almond Brothers, I know sometimes people don't want to say they're Southern rock. To me, they are the Southern rock band. You can keep your Lynyrd Skynyrd. I love me some Almond Brothers band, and a lot of the reason is the drumming of J-Mo and Butch Trucks. Alright, let's do a big switch in gears. Let's get us some post-punk alternative going. Susie and the Banshees, and of course we're talking about Budgie. So I never point correctly. There's Budgie right there. Susie, Steve Severin, and then I think this is John Valentine Carruthers. It's always hard to keep track of who the guitar player is. The album I'm showing is Through the Looking Glass, which was their covers album. And really, once they brought Budgie on board after the first couple albums, him and John McGeoch coming in at the same time, great drummer, great guitar player. You've got like a lot of non-Western, Middle Eastern, African rhythms that Budgie provides. Him and Susie were a couple and were married for a long time. They had a side project which was very percussion-driven called The Creatures as well. Another band that really hit their stride a few albums into their career, getting a drummer, Sleater-Kinney, the great Janet Weiss. They literally got her through a Craigslist ad. This is No Cities to Love, which was their comeback album after their long hiatus. Janet's also drummed in a band called Quasi. She was in Wild Flag with Carrie Brownstein during the Sleater-Kinney hiatus. Unfortunately, a few years ago, Janet left due to creative differences, and it seems like she kind of got pushed out by Carrie and Corin. I don't think their work has benefited at all by pushing out Janet Weiss. So maybe they'll see the light and reunite again. But Janet Weiss did some great work with Sleater-Kinney. And I know this takes me up to either 6 or 7, depending on whether we're counting J-Mo and Butch Trucks as 2 or 1. Same band, 2 different drummers. But I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to Meg White. of the White Stripes. So there's her and Jack, of course. And one of the things about Meg White is you've got that sort of intentionally primitive, simple drumming style, but I really think it works. If you ever go to a drummer's forum online, you're going to find all kinds of bitter dudes. There's going to be a thread about the White Stripes and Meg White. All the bitter dudes with the huge Neil Peart wannabe drum kits in their garage or their parents' basement are going to tell you about how much Meg White sucks and how much better the band would have been if they had been the drummer, and they are all wrong. Jack White could have had a fancier, more technical drummer if he wanted to, but for the White Stripes sound, I think Meg's sort of naive, simple, but effective drumming was great. So I hope you liked that, Robert. 6 or 7 drummers. I fudged a bit. Disqualify me if you want to, but hope you liked it.